Remain open. Feel your inner aliveness, letting energy circulate freely. Don't try to make anything happen. Who is aware of that energy, that inner aliveness? Notice the mind's tendency to control and manipulate, to get involved. Without the use of your memory or language, who are you? Beyond the mind and senses, who are you? Who is aware?
Many people who are hearing these ideas for the first time, they've never even heard of the idea of the self. In my mind, there's two different camps of people. There are those who are on a spiritual path and they have heard this idea. They're trying to reach the self. They're trying to be the self. They're seeking, they're searching. And then there's other people who have just been living their life. They've never heard of these ideas before. They've never heard of know thyself. And many people think know thyself means know the body, know yourself, be authentic. What it really means is to know thyself, is to know what you are in truth, to really know your true nature.
The words know thyself were carved on the entrance of the Temple of Apollo in Delphi, and as such stand as an invitation at the dawn of Western civilization to humanity, suggesting that to know thyself is really the foundation of all civilization. Why? Because our self stands at the center of all our experience. Whatever we are experiencing, it is we who are experiencing it. Whatever we think and feel, our thoughts and feelings arise on behalf of ourself. Whatever activities and relationships we are engaged in, we engage those activities and relationships in service of ourself. So our self stands at the center of our experience. So what could be more important than to know the nature of ourself? And would it be possible to know the nature of anything else if we do not first know the nature of that which knows it?
I think awakening is about ending the nightmare and stepping into the dream. What by that I mean, we desert or finally abandon the nightmare of what we've been told about life, about God, and about ourselves. And we step into the dream of our grandest notion. I often ask, what do you think your life would be like if you found yourself stepping into the highest, grandest, most wonderful thought you ever had about God and about life and about yourself?
So this recognition of our true nature is not only the recognition that brings our desire for happiness in the world to an end. It is also the recognition that enables us to live in a way that is consistent with the understanding that at the deepest level, everything and everyone are one. This understanding would bring kindness, compassion, justice, tolerance, understanding into our society. Our society would be revolutionized by this understanding.
As humanity lets go of ego-based approaches, then science, religion, politics, and economics start to reflect the perennial wisdom. Whether it is the native traditions who realize great spirit in all things, or the Egyptian Kemetic traditions who describe the human evolutionary journey from the lowly scarab to the one source. Or when we hear the words of the mystics of the Christian, Hindu, Muslim, or Buddhist traditions, or the teachings of Plato and Plotinus, we find that those who have realized their true nature speak of groupings of conscious agents. Of course, they use the language of their culture and times to express the one perennial truth. Science is now starting to see not a world of unconscious particles and fields, but a universe made of conscious agents. Something new is emerging in the world of science. As Nikola Tesla said, the day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in 1 decade than in all the previous centuries of its existence. That day is today.
Every time that we've had a mathematically precise advance in science, it has opened up new technologies that look like magic compared to what we had before. So my feeling is that this theory of conscious agents beyond space-time will give us technologies that will be truly mind-boggling. For example, right now, most of the galaxies that we see, I think 97% of the galaxies that we see, we can never go to. They're receding from us faster than the speed of light. So that they're not moving through space faster than the speed of light. Space itself is expanding so quickly that their speed moving away from us is greater than the speed of light. So we could never travel through space to go to 97% of the galaxies that we can see. So there's all this real estate out there that's waving at us and saying, hi, we're out here, and you can never come to us. That's if you go through space-time. But what if you realize that space-time is just your headset? It's just the format of a game. And you're not stuck inside the headset. You can play with the software that's running the game. So it's like someone who's like in Grand Theft Auto. You're a wizard of Grand Theft Auto. So you know how to use the car and drive the roads, and you can beat everybody in the game. But suppose you actually know the software that runs Grand Theft Auto. So you step outside of the Grand Theft Auto headset, and you can play with the software. Well, you can take the gasoline out of the tank of the wizard. You can give him a flat tire. You can change the geometry of the roads. You can do whatever you want to. So once we understand our space-time headset, we won't have to travel to the Andromeda Galaxy through space-time, which would take us 2.4 million years. We can just go around space-time.
I see the world around me as stepping into a greater expression and experience of what it means to be human and what it means to be an aspect of divinity. But I don't think that we have an endless amount of time. I get a sense that time is running out, that it's now or never time. I think we're on the right path. I have a sense of optimism that because of the kinds of opportunities that we see today in the world to communicate powerful and important ideas, ways that we didn't have even a few years ago, are creating the possibility that we can get to that place of critical mass, that we can reach critical mass before our time runs out. But we would be mistaken if we think we have an endless amount of time on this planet.
When each individual disidentifies from their conditioned character, then they're no longer acting as an egoic entity. And that brings about a transformation on the planet. This brings a new Earth.
But life as we know it right now on this planet, I think we need to make some changes and make them quickly, dramatically, and radically, if we want to see the tomorrow for which we've all dreamt.
So could this understanding become mainstream in our lifetime? Well, why not? Yes.
The challenge we have right now is nothing is working. And the time has come for us to stand up and say that's true. Surely we can do better than this. Surely. We can expand our understanding of who we are and our expression of our true nature. We need to pay attention to our environment, to our politics, to our economics, and to our spiritual process on this planet. Because the problem in the world today is not a political problem. It's not an economic problem. It's not a social problem. It's a spiritual problem. It has to do with how committed we are to stepping into the highest spiritual truth. This is not New Age philosophy. These ideas have been around for thousands of years.
The perennial wisdom has been expressed through countless traditions and cultures, and like awareness itself, has always been hidden in plain view. In Christianity, the Gnostic Gospel of Thomas contains direct pointers to our true nature. The disciples asked Jesus, "When will the kingdom come?" Jesus said, "It will not come by waiting for it. It will not be a matter of saying, 'Here it is,' or 'There it is.' Rather, the kingdom of the Father is spread out upon the earth, and people do not see it. The kingdom is not here or there. Awareness is not here or there. It is not fixed in time and space. If you are waiting for something to happen, for some outward event, or some state, some ascension, some healing, or some energy, then your conditioned mind is still seeking. It is still mediating your experience of the now. In Buddhism, they say samsara, the world of suffering, and nirvana, the world of liberation, are not two separate worlds. They are one and the same. We don't manipulate or change things to arrive at some mystical reality. When we awaken, the perfection of the world is revealed directly as it is. Is it possible to simply be here and now in this moment, unmediated by that seeking mind? Is it possible to be okay with this moment as it is? To simply be